if now this is gonna actually go to the okay. Poor Sarah, and I'm hoping that the audio is there. This event is live. All right, it says, sorry, you can't pair channels after the event has started. I'm not. Okay. Okay. Where am I? Oh, everybody can see our screen? How can we get our screen down? Where's Sarah? Where? Okay. 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 Where is Sarah? And do I have any voice? Can Sarah hear me? Okay. Thank you. And I can't see Sarah again. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay.
Did it. All right, Sarah, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes, I heard you the entire time.
Okay, good. Can you hear Michelle?
We have a...
Yes. Michelle, can you hear us?
I can't hear anybody. I still can't hear anybody. Can anybody hear me? And I am seriously lagging.
Yes. We can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
I think it may be something on her end.
Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes.
You might give a thumbs up. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You have to probably tell her, me text and tell her we can hear you to just start. Let me let her know. We can hear you. Michelle, go ahead and check your messages. She can hear you. Sarah, I'm gonna call her and just tell her to go ahead and start. We can hear her. Let me just let her know.
Okay.
Hey. Okay. Okay, I got lost. Hold on. I still have... It sounded like Satan.
Okay. It's gonna call me again.
Okay, as long as she can hear me. I do have a few minute lag as well. And we'll start. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're good. She's gonna go ahead and
Okay. I'm sorry for being late tonight, but we are trying something new. And anybody that knows me, okay, I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so oh my goodness. Okay, so welcome to Monday Moments, normally at 7 p.m. However, Michelle's again at Gen X or so. Yeah, the computer thing, we struggle at times, but we get there. So welcome. I am one of the co-founders of the Doodle Den Foundation. We are a brand new foundation right now, currently in the state of Maine, with the goal of having a chapter throughout New England within 5 years and moving throughout the rest of the country within 10, hopefully even sooner. What we do is we are there for the group of people that have had a significant or serious injury or illness that has gone through the rehabilitation process and is in their recovery. I have been through this. I broke my neck in 2018 and I went through hospital after hospital and nursing home, and it was, as you can see on my previous videos, not the best experience. But what I did learn is that a lot needed to change. Some of the things that the Doodle Den Foundation is providing for, when we say community, we don't just mean the area we're around. We're saying community as a whole, like we're all one community. Is we are starting a service animal breeding program where 1 to 2, we have 2 Aussie doodle females right now that'll be our mamas, and you may hear them from time to time. We have one that likes to yip, and they will have their babies, and we'll be getting a male in probably about 6 months, and 1 to 2 pups out of every litter will be donated as a service animal to somebody who needs one, whoever cannot afford one. They can cost up to $40,000 to $50,000 or more. So a lot of times it's way out of reach, and there's not many places that offer it without a cost. Not only that, but we also help with co-pays. We are always in need of volunteers because one of the things that I learned was when you're in the nursing home, you have to have eyes on you constantly. And if they know that you do not have somebody that comes in on a regular basis, they kind of forget about you and you're just dropped by the wayside. And that is something that we want to change. We also have plans to build a campground where 1 to 2 cabins will be fully handicapped accessible, so that once a month we can pick a family that's far enough in their recovery process to come and stay for 1 week for free and get back to nature and get rid of all the noise and come and stay with their families. Part of the reason why we also want to make sure that we have chapters in other areas is because we also want to help with medical equipment such as wheelchairs, walkers. Sometimes the insurance companies and that type of thing make those things really hard to get a hold of. And that's what holds you back in a nursing home. So we want to be able to help. So we're always looking for donations for medical equipment such as wheelchairs, walkers, toilet extenders in good condition. We're also looking for the volunteers to go to the nursing homes and get our groups together for that. We have on our website, which is www.thedoodledenfoundation.org. We have a monthly raffle. This month we're doing a watch. For every $5 donated is $1 is one entry into the raffle. Okay, sorry, I'm missing words tonight. And also, if we're always in need of donations, we are brand new. We need as much support as we can get. The more support we can get, the more we can give support to others who really need the help. There's nothing like what we're starting anywhere else in the country. And tonight we have a really, really special night. I am so beyond excited because we have a special guest. Her name is Sarah Williams, and she has a story that she's going to share. And she works with crystals and healing and Reiki, and she has all sorts of things that she can teach us about. Believe me, I am going to be a student as well because I'm going to be learning all of this. And she was also in the nursing profession, and she has, a little bit of knowledge of what happens. So I'm going to turn it over to her now. I'm going to mute me, and I'm hoping that when that happens, I'll be able to hear her. So that way, because for some reason my audio is not allowing me to hear anybody. So over to you, Sarah. It is all you. And I am muting.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Williams. I am located in upstate New York. I'm the CEO of Innovative Visions Jewelry. I work with crystals and I wire wrap. I'm a wire wrap artist. I also do Reiki healing. So what we're doing together, we're collabing, and because of the Doodle Den, I made these adorable crystal paw print pendants just for the Doodle Den because it goes perfect with the dogs and stuff. So I have a bunch in different crystals and different crystal combinations. I can give a little background about each crystal. So I started with this one. So the bottom is called Unakite. The top is Carnelian. And I wrote it down because there's so many crystals. I don't know every single one. But Unakite is known for its grounding and balancing, and it helps release emotional blockages and promotes inner peace, while Carnelian is great for motivation and endurance, inspires courage, confidence, and positive life choices. So that's why I paired these two together, and it's super cute. This one is hematite and howlite. So hematite is also known for its grounding and protection. It enhances focus, courage, and balance. It also absorbs negative energy and calms in times of stress, providing a sense of stability and peace. And I paired it with howlite, which is renowned for its calming and soothing qualities, reducing stress and anxiety. So they go perfect together. All right, another one. This is tiger's eye. It's usually brown.
I love it. I can hear you now.
You can hear me? Yay!
Yes, I finally got it.
All right, perfect. All right, so we're on tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is grounding and protective, and it helps to promote mental clarity, focus, and inner strength. We just need a little crystal power, that's all. Helps to release fear and anxiety,
Exactly.
to encourage harmony and balance. So that's tiger's eye. And then I have my last one that she is grabbing from me is sterling silver, and it has a Labradorite heart, which Labradorite is a powerful protector against negative energy, um, negative energy and electromagnetic radiation, psychic attacks, curses, ill wishes, and it's said to create a shield around your aura, making it great for balancing chakras as well. And then amethyst, which are the beads, purple. Amethyst is considered a stone of spirituality and contentment. It is used to enhance psychic abilities and promote a higher level of consciousness, and also associated with the third eye and the crown chakras. Now, you're new to this. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. I am so excited right now. You have no idea.
Yeah, now that you can finally, yes, so we can converse back and forth. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't know about chakras, I'm going to give you just a little thing. So chakras are basically the energy wheels of basically promoting energy flow through the body. It's basically from your top to your bottom, and it goes through your spine. So there are tons of chakras that they're still learning about, but the main ones are the crown chakra, which is here, third eye, which is here, throat, which is here, heart, solar plexus, which is here, sacral, and then the root chakra. So those are all, if you have them, if your chakras are not aligned or balanced, then you're going to have things that are off, whether it's emotional or physical. Like it's actually been said that it can cause different diseases within your body if you don't have the aligned chakras. So that's very important to chakras and keep them open and balanced, because they can actually go from one way or the other. They can be completely closed or too open. So it's all about balancing from top to bottom. What else do you want to know?
That's pretty neat. How did you get into doing the crystals? Like, how did you get into learning about them?
Okay, so my mother, God rest her soul, she was a shaman, and she started getting into crystals and all sorts of stuff. So at a very young age, I started learning more about crystals. And then the biggest story that I have when it comes to actually experiencing the crystals for myself was shortly after both my parents passed away. I was 21, my mom passed away, and 25 when my dad passed away. And I got my first amethyst pendant. So as you can see, amethyst is a dark purple. So the pendant I got was a dark purple. And one thing the amethyst is great for is absorbing negative energy. So I was obviously filled with negative energy and rage, and going through the grieving process of losing my parents. And by the time I got done with her, and this was before I learned that in order to keep your crystals fully charged, you have to actually charge them and clear them and all that other stuff. I didn't know any of that at the time because I was younger. So I turned the dark purple into basically completely white and clear. And without even doing anything, it shattered on my chest. And then I got another one, and it did the same thing.
Yeah.
When I was, yes.
Did it freak you out a little?
Yes, absolutely. And then I got another,
freaked me out.
I got another pendant and did the same thing, because it was absorbing all of the negative crap that I had going on inside me when I was dealing with my grieving. And yeah, so, and I was just like, holy crap, these things really do work. And, every time I would feel lighter and better. So yeah, I have proof for myself that crystals really do work, and they are healing. Absolutely.
That's awesome. And you worked in the nursing field?
I did. I used to be a nurse, and I was an LPN, and I was actually a charge nurse for a nursing home. So I know what this is all about, and this is why we're such a good pair, because yeah, it's awful. It's awful. The staff treats
Yes,
the
it is.
the
It's
patients like nobody cares anymore, basically. Just nobody cares. So what you're doing is so important, and the world needs you for sure. For sure.
Thank you so much. I think it's awesome that we're working together,
As do I.
and I like it to be a place of learning and support on our Monday moments. So I think it's awesome that you're coming on and you're telling us about the crystals and what they do and how they act and react. And I would have never thought that they would shatter like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I think that would have really freaked me out. I don't know if I'd put another one on.
Oh, I did. I'm not scared of anything.
I'd be like, oh, wait a minute. When now when you were a charge nurse, when you just work with the crystals now and you do a bunch of other work, can you tell us a little bit about your store?
So my store, I did used to have my own website, and I let that go so then I went to eBay. So basically, I don't have my own store, but you can find me on eBay, which is www.ebay.com/str/Trinity's Playground. And that was the original name after my daughter. And now it is Innovative Visions Jewelry. So you can find all of my handmade wire wrap pieces, like this guy, which is a dragon. It's hard to see.
I love that. That is so
One.
cool.
And then I have another one that I'm wearing. It's hard. It's going to be hard to see. I can't really see it. But.
Oh, nope. I see the copper.
Yep, this one's all copper, and it's got an agate, sorry, at the bottom, and it's got a star sapphire for its little eye. Yeah, this
What
one's
is the sapphire? Like,
it's a star
what
sapphire.
is that? Does that
See, I don't know
now?
off
What
the top
is
of my
does that have any?
every single crystal has different properties, but I don't know right
I
off the top of
got
my
you.
head. I want to say it is spiritually enhancing. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But yes, every single one has its own. Usually it goes along with the color, like anything black, like black tourmaline or black onyx or black obsidian. Those are going to be like negative energy repellers or, you know, protection from negative energy. Just like this guy, which actually has,
Oh, wow.
this is a scepter of protection. It's got black tourmaline, amethyst, and quartz. So this one would be a good one if you're needing help with psychic attacks. I've actually sold 3 of these. This is my last one until I make more. um, and I actually had a customer come to me and said, "Hey, I need something to help me with psychic attacks," because he was a psychic and he was being attacked by someone that he knew. And I'm like, "Sure, I got you." And then I created a bunch of these. And as soon as he got it, he said that he felt
Oh,
better.
that's very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's so cool that like your own body along with something from the earth that's natural that brings you back to where it all began
Absolutely. Yes.
is what actually is healing you.
Absolutely. You got it. Yes. Very good. Very good. You're a quick learner.
That's yeah, I wouldn't say that. Have you seen my
All right.
computer abilities?
Not with technological things, but with other stuff. Yes. I witnessed your whole technology knowledge. But that's okay.
Yeah. But hey, that's why I have Aaron. Aaron, help.
Mm-hmm. Right. You got a guy for that. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's I've gotten better, but I have, the struggle is real. That's all.
I completely understand. I do.
Have you
I'm just
ever,
glad we can hear
now,
each other.
I'm sure a lot of people, I know, it makes it so much easier.
Hmm.
And, oh, believe it or not, the only thing I had to do was turn the volume all the way down and then turn it back up and it came on.
That's so weird. Hmm.
Isn't it? I was like, "Oh, okay." Um, I'm sure you've had a lot of people contact you and, say, "Do you have something that for this or, this problem or that problem?" Can you
Yes.
tell us about some of those? You don't have to mention names, or just tell us some of the stories that you've gotten.
Um, well, I mean, besides the scepter, which was protection from um psychic attacks, negative energy, I also have people come to me that are going through like a grieving process. And for that, I would always recommend rose quartz because rose quartz is excuse me, good for healing your heart. So anything pink is pretty much great for your heart chakra and healing heart. So healing, helping with grieving process. Or
Wow.
amethyst, like I said, that I used when I was going through my grieving process, which was very helpful. Kind of absorbing all the negative energy within me and helping me with my healing process. Um, Again,
Mhm.
anything people have come to me needing help, just say you're in a narcissistic relationship and you can't really get away right now and you need help to protect your energy from negativity. Again, we're going to go with the black tourmaline, black onyx, anything like that. So yeah, and if there's usually if someone comes to me and I don't know right off the bat like a specific crystal, I will obviously look it up, and then I will work my magic and wire. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm taking the crystal and the natural properties of the crystal, and then I'm enhancing it with wire, which is basically charging it and making it even more potent. And then on top of that, I'm putting Reiki, which is just healing energy from everywhere. And I'm just infusing it with all of that. So it's got like layers to the process.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Now,
Mhm.
we're just to backtrack for a minute so that everybody understands. You had said your mom was a shaman?
She was, yes.
That is awesome. Can you explain what that is?
Shaman is basically just a healer, an energy worker. Yep.
So she must have, see, part of, and I think you might understand this because of the field you were in. A lot of the times, what is seriously missed is that the person's body may be healing, but they are broken
Absolutely.
because your whole life just changed from in a blink of an eye. Your entire life has just changed.
Yep.
And unfortunately, they have social workers in the nursing homes, but they are not set up for rehabilitation. The social workers that are there are basically there to make sure you have placement, to make sure if you want, they need to move you around, but they're not there because your body, your soul, your spirit, everything has to come together.
Absolutely.
And it can't be, your body cannot fully heal without the other two. And
Absolutely.
that's one of the things that we're also trying to change. We're
Mhm.
trying to network also with therapists that are willing to either accept an insurance they normally don't on per person basis or do pro bono, even if they're in the nursing home, to speak with them. And like our volunteers could we want them to go out and speak with people in rehabilitation, not about their sickness, not about what's going, just about, hey, how are you?
Right.
How's, what have you seen anything good lately? What's going on? To get their mind out of that place. Because
Which is why you should look into
a
like
lot of
holistic healer.
times you get, what is it?
Holistic healers, people that are working on the body, mind, and soul together at the same time.
Right. And what the Reiki is the for energy, right? I believe I actually went to a person that was a Reiki she was also an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And actually I'm not, and she did, maybe you can explain this. She did about 30 minutes of walking around and telling me to close my eyes, and she was just walking around me and telling me not to worry if she touched me.
Mm-hmm.
So the following week she says to me, "Oh my lord, do you know, after you left, I couldn't move my left arm." She goes, "Whatever you like," because at that time it was my right arm, but for
Mm-hmm.
some reason she said it pulled it into hers.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "I literally could not." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "I felt a tiny bit of what you feel. And
Yep.
that's insane."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "How is that even possible? Like, how does that work?"
That's not necessarily Reiki. That, I mean, yes, it's manipulating energy and pulling in energy, but there's also this thing called empaths. Empaths have different gifts and abilities. Um, you have physical empaths that can literally feel what other people are feeling with the pain, whatever they've got going on. There's emotional empaths, which are absorbing other people's emotions and feeling them as their own. And there's all sorts of different empaths. That's a whole nother video. But yes, that's what
Whole
physical
other,
empaths, yes, that's what physical empaths can do. They can literally feel whatever you have going on in your body, and they make really good Reiki masters. Absolutely.
so let me ask you a question. Do you think, like, this month we're doing like, every month I try and have like a certain topic, and then we break it down into different subtopics on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this month was about doing um different things that have helped different people get through their process.
Okay.
Because we're not doctors, we can't say go out and do this. But, like with the crystals, this is what maybe it could help with your spiritual end of it, which
Absolutely.
that brings it back to the body and the spirit and the soul all have to heal together. It's a
Absolutely.
process throughout your body.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would be helpful for patients that are in the nursing home? Because I know I was one that, and I know a lot of them do suffer from depression while they're in there.
Oh yeah.
And it can come off as anger. It can come off because they don't want to be bothered, because they don't want it's just, get away from me, because all you're going to do is poke and prod me or tell me something I don't want to hear.
Right.
And do you think something like having somebody come in and do the Reiki, or the manipulation, like you said, the energy manipulation, do you think that would be helpful for some patients
Oh,
if
absolutely.
we had somebody maybe volunteer?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just use as another tool. The more tools that we have, the better off we are.
Absolutely. Yes, I would suggest,
You know?
either Reiki healers. I would suggest adding on crystals, because a lot of things that help people when they're in those kind of situations is needing to ground. Okay. But you can't ground if you're stuck in a building. So you bring the grounding to you. And that's what different crystals, like I was talking about with the tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is a powerful grounding tool. So you give them tiger's eye, they'll bring the grounding to themselves, and that will help balance their chakras and help them stay aligned while they're in those kind of situations and places, which are not, great for healing in general, because nobody heals great unless you're home. But you got to do what you got to do also. So I totally get it. Right.
Exactly. But I think part of the problem is that, and it sounds horrible for me to say this, but it's become, you're not a person when you're in the nursing home, you're a dollar sign in that bed.
Absolutely.
And they're going to do absolutely everything they can to keep you right there
Yep.
because they want that dollar.
Whereas when you're in the hospital, they do
And
everything they can to get you out as quickly as possible because it's more expensive. And the insurance company wants you out.
right, because
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. I know how it works.
So what ends up happening is that they're sending people that are too sick to go home, but not sick enough to go be in a hospital, which to me makes no sense because in all the reality, nobody's really watching you anyway. Right. So, you know, um, one of the things that I found really crazy was I've been put in a nursing home on 3 separate occasions. And my last one was for about 8 months. And between hospitals and nursing homes. And I actually went and signed papers saying that I am never to be put in a nursing home under any condition. And had it written out. It was not just one nursing home, not just 2 nursing homes, but 3 separate nursing homes that I went to. And every time I went to one, I ended up with a staph infection in the incision. Every time, never failed. And I literally told them the stitches had let go in my, no, it has. I had to show them by putting my finger, my index finger into my neck in the hole.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
you shouldn't be able to do that. No kidding. Now, here's the thing. When the last surgery I had, I came home. I signed the papers. There was no way. They tried to get me to go. Not happening. Do you know I didn't end up with a staph infection? I didn't end up with an infection.
I'm not surprised.
I ended up with a small bed sore, but that was to kind of be expected, but it was caught early enough.
Right.
Because I could only sit in a certain position.
Right.
So I had 21 days. I forgot. I think it was 3 weeks. That when I came home, I wasn't supposed to even really move. So it was a touchy but I didn't end up with, and that to me said so much. The idea that when I'm home, I didn't have an infection. When I'm there, lo and behold, every time.
Yep.
It wasn't just a one-time thing. So to me, that's a very telling thing. And I know I'm not the only one that this happens to.
Oh, I'm sure.
And this is where the Doodle Den Foundation is coming in to make it so that people can go home rather to a nursing home.
Right.
or have the shortest time possible in a nursing home.
Right.
If
Yep.
they need, whether they need help with co-pays, ramps, helping get the ramps, helping get hospital beds, whatever they need to get them home where
Yeah.
they can heal.
Right.
And I mean, this is something that I feel really, this all came about. This whole idea happened while I was in the nursing home in 2018. And it slowly built over the years as to exactly what it was. And we were not supposed to launch it until this year later on. But I got overzealous and I launched it like a couple of months after we opened the store. And here we are. And that's like also on our store, which is www.thedoodledenllc.com. 10% of all sales goes directly to the Doodle Den Foundation. And we will be having some of Sarah's products being put on the both pages. We have our puppy paws that are for the Doodle Den Foundation, where all proceeds will go to the Doodle Den Foundation, as she's our newest proud sponsor, and we cannot thank her enough for doing this. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will also be having some of her products on our LLC page. And me and Sarah kind of chatted a little bit about maybe her coming on once a month with new things that we plan to add and new things, new items of hope.
Absolutely.
And items that give people the feeling that everything's going to be okay. No matter how much your life has changed, you can live a life. You don't just have to exist.
Absolutely.
There is a way to do it. And we want to be able to help people and show them that, yes, there is. And let us, help you get to your best possible life.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I want
So,
to
and
teach
that's
people how to live
also
their
the way
best
we
life.
do. Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's also with the raffles that we do every month. We like this month was for Father's Day, and we're going to extend that out a couple of days. But it was for every $5 donated to the Doodle Den Foundation, there's one entry into, it's a men's watch. It's a mosaic. It has all the original papers. It's brand new. You can see it on either the Doodle Den Foundation's web, the Facebook page, or I believe also Aaron may have even put it on the site too. Um, but you can also see Sarah's stuff as well on our site, as we're going to ask Sarah as she's doing her crystals, because she is one of our proud sponsors, and we're going to continue to work together to make this happen. If she would like to post different, as you're making different things that are inspiring and brings the feeling of like spirit and soul and mind and healing and that type of thing.
The
And
Holy Trinity,
you
which
can,
is my
as
God.
you make, there you go.
Yep.
And you can post it and you can put the meaning on it, and you can put your link up on my both websites as well, so people can check you out.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's
So
another
I think go ahead.
thing that I dabble in. So not only is it crystals, not only is it Reiki, not only is it, being infused with Reiki, using the wire to amplify the natural properties of the crystals, but I also work with symbols. I am a huge fan of like ancient symbols like the Ankh or the phoenix, the dragon. I mean, like I have tons of different things. The tree of life, which is another one I was going to show. It's just hard to see. This is another one that's
Yes,
going up
we
to her.
have that. Yes.
Hmm.
And what stone is in what crystal is
That
there?
one, that one is lapis lazuli, and again, off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what it does, but and so it's combining crystals and it's combining symbols. So the tree of life is again for like renewal and rebirth and stuff like that. So I love pairing things to give it even more meaning, you know.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And I know you said that you also can make just about anything. So
Absolutely.
if somebody wanted something custom, they could reach out to you.
Yes, absolutely. I have done like customs are my absolute favorite. Like I love just wire wrapping in general, but when it comes to a custom and you have someone that wants like a specific design or a specific thing, like I will give you an example. I've known this one customer for years now. She found me on Facebook and she originally had me make her two different rings, one for her and one for her best friend. And she said she had held on to these stones. It was a ruby zoisite, and she had held on to the stones for years, trying to find someone to create these rings for her. So she somehow, divine timing, divine connections, all that stuff, found me on Facebook, and she got a hold of me, and she's like, "Can you please wire wrap or put these in rings?" And I was just like, "Heck yeah!" So I made gorgeous rings for her, and then not too long after her best friend passed away, unfortunately. And she goes, "Okay, well, now I have these rings." She's like, "Is there any way that you can do something else with them?" And I'm like, "Sure." I'm like, "Do you want me to put them both in a pendant?" She's like, "Yes. Could you do that?" And I was like, "Yes." So then I doubled it and put it in a little pendant. And she's like, "It's absolutely perfect." So now, and I've created, I think she's actually now bought over like 40 things of mine. She's like my biggest supporter.
Holy cow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. How long have you been in business?
Believe it or not, when you said 2018, that's when you came up with your business idea. That's when I came up with mine as well, 2018.
You know, I just to let everybody know, I don't see any of the chats or who's on where, and I know a lot of people end up watching it on different platforms.
Yeah.
But for some odd reason, me and Sarah hit it off. Like we had a lot of similarities. And it was just like, okay, like we were on the same page on so many different things.
Hmm.
It was really cool to
And our
see
biggest thing
how it
is
worked.
we just
And
want to help people heal. That's all. Or learn how to heal themselves. Self-healing is very important.
exactly, exactly. And that's part of the reason why we're doing the campground.
Hmm.
Go to where it's quiet. Get away from all the noise. You can bring your loved ones with you.
Yep.
It's handicapped accessible. There's all sorts of things you can do.
Hmm.
And we're going to do one because right now we're in Maine. Um, but there's things you can do year round.
Right.
So we'll be able, somebody can stay, year round. We can pick a family to come and stay.
Yeah, that'd be
They
awesome.
can put, I would rather have summer, fall, spring, and we'll try and accommodate. But it depends on how many people we have coming in once we get to there. And that's part of the reason why the donations are so, and the purchasing of, like, we also have Doodle Den Foundation sweatshirts that are, all proceeds go to the foundation, and we have t-shirts that are coming soon. But that's why it's so important, because without those donations and without the support of the community, and like I said, when we say community, we mean everybody, not just our small little town.
Right.
A community isn't a small town. A community is, the entire country is a community.
Absolutely.
We all live by the same general rules, or we're supposed to anyway. So we're all one community, and we have to be able to help each other. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I have like a little tiny no-see-um bug that keeps like zooming in front of me, and he's messing with me, and I swear it's never happened before, and I don't know how he got it. So but it's very, very important, because without the support of everybody, we can't make this happen.
Right. Absolutely.
So, and this foundation is something that is really needed. There is nothing like it anywhere else. And we want to be the first ones, because we've gone through it. Everybody that's on our board has gone through it in one way, shape, or form.
Right.
So it it's something that, it's not just corporate people saying, okay, this is what they need, or a couple of people, though, this is what, no. And we're always asking people, if you're going through the rehabilitation stage of your recovery, and if you could think of something that you needed that you couldn't find, or help that you were in need of, let us know, because maybe that's something that we can also possibly help with in the future, to make it so that that is no longer an issue.
Right.
But we won't know until we have everybody else's input as well.
It's basically like an
So
advocate for the
the more,
patient.
yes,
Right.
exactly.
Which is
And
definitely needed.
if we have a chapter in every state, here's the benefit: is, say, okay, you're in New York, say you had 3 walkers and we didn't have any.
Right.
And say you were running one of the chapters, and you had 3 of them there and we didn't have any, but we had somebody that needed one. We can have it shipped into us to make it available for them.
Absolutely.
And then the same thing, if you needed something, and as we grow, and this alone will also be a community,
Right.
as we grow, we will all be able to have more access to what we need.
Absolutely. Yes.
And that's including the crystals and learning about them.
Hmm.
Always having an open mind. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you do this or do that. But what I can show is like some of the things that's worked for other people,
Right.
and some of the things that other people have studied. And that's why I like having people like Sarah on, and I want her to be able to help educate us.
Absolutely. And I'm so
Sarah,
happy
it
to
was
be here.
awesome. I am so happy to have you. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I appreciate it very, very much. And I am sure we will be seeing you again soon. I'm like
Absolutely.
watching, like, uh-oh, you have like literally 60 minutes on Instagram. So you have to like keep watching to make sure our org gets cut off in the middle.
Gotcha.
So you can check Sarah out on her eBay,
Yep.
which is, go ahead, Sarah.
www.ebay.com/str/Trinity's Playground.
And you can also check out our store at www.thedoodledenllc.com. 10% of all sales goes directly to the foundation. Or you can visit the Doodle Den Foundation page at www.thedoodledenfoundation.org, and we accept Venmo and PayPal right on there. There's also our address if you'd rather, some people would rather send a check.
Mm-hmm.
We are a 503c nonprofit, so it is tax deductible. And if there's a different way you'd rather pay, you can always contact us through email, which is the Doodle Den Foundation at AOL.com. Yes, I know, Gen Xer, I still have AOL.
Sorry, and I still have Yahoo.
So, okay, I feel better now. I'm not.
There you go.
I don't like.
You're not alone.
So you can always get a hold of us there, or you can reach us on our business phone, which is 401-585-2536. And I hope everybody learned something tonight. I know I did. I am super excited to be posting. We will be posting the pictures and the descriptions along with the prices onto the page and onto the website. So we hope everybody has a great week. Thank you again, Sarah, for joining us. And please, everybody, please share this video.
Yes,
the more people that see this, the more people that hear this, the more we get out there and the more people we are able to help.
Absolutely.
And Sarah is joining on our team for helping people with the mind and the soul and the spirit. And I think Miss Sarah is going to have the spirit end of it.
Yes,
and she'll be able to teach us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there we go. So that is going to bring us to an end of this Monday's Moments. I hope everybody had a great night. I know I had a lot of fun, especially once I got the volume. That was even the best part out of like the whole thing. I got excited there for a second. But we will be on again next Monday at 7 p.m. We have another guest speaker, and she's going to tell us her story and what she went through. And she was actually only 16 when it happened to her. And that's part of the thing about the Doodle Den Foundation. We actually we help regardless of age or income. A lot of people fall in this weird crack that's in the system where they make too much to get help, but they're living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
And they get lost in this gully. Yeah. We want to be that safety net for the people that so many times. And when you, after a while and after being beat down, you're broken in every way. So we are here for positivity. We are here for change. We are here to lift people up, help people exist and not just exist. You want to live. And
Yes.
we want to be here to help you get to there.
Absolutely.
And we will help you in every way that we can. And if, like I said, if anybody has any questions, feel free to send them. I also love the comments and I try to get back to them. And I'm sure Sarah can check them out too if anybody has any questions for her. So that's it. And I hope everybody has a great night. Sarah, I will be talking to you very soon. I
Sounds good.
hope you enjoyed coming on with us.
I
Thank you
did.
so much for being our very first guest speaker. Awesome.
Thank you.
And we will be seeing you soon. Thank you.
Yes.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now here's the part, right? How do I end it? I think I can find it. Okay. Yay!